Well, it's 10:10 in the evening, so good evening. Unless you're watching in the morning or the afternoon, then good morning or good afternoon. And I probably should not be doing a video right now because, quite honestly, I'm pretty angry. And I'm not going to try to rant too much, I hope. I want to try to stay calm as I present this, but it's an emotional message. The title is Our Government is a Criminal Enterprise. It almost would not matter what country I might be in when making that statement. It's true all over the world. Yes, people are waking up to this sad reality, yet many still sleep, unaware of the extent to which our governments have been hijacked by lawbreakers of the worst kind. These very sick people have been involved in all kinds of racketeering, especially human slavery. That's what so many on the internet have been trying to tell the world. Even though I know changes are coming, injustices are still the order of the day in the first world countries as a more overt kind of war, or no, I had it correct, as as a more overt kind of war rages in the less developed parts of the world. It is a war against the people. May God help us all win this battle for everyone. I mean that literally. We need strong remedies inside and outside. It's time. I did not intend to be waiting this late to do the video for tomorrow morning, for the 5th day of November. But I had some very unpleasant phone calls earlier in the evening as people very close to me are again facing humongous challenges that I just cannot go into the details to protect those that I care about. I actually care about everyone, but these especially, because they're really close. It's family. And I mean that literally. And I don't want to go into the details, but once again, members of my family are being assaulted by government officials, including police, that have none of the family's best interest at heart. All they're trying to do is control and interfere in the process of actually healing some of the situations that created the whole thing in the first place. And I really, there's part of me would like to say more of what it's about, but I've been asked not to put this out to the public. And so I'm really trying to restrain myself from doing that. But I want you to know something, folks. I really want you to get this. The people that have controlled our governments, I'm not talking about even presidents or prime ministers or senators or parliamentarians or whatever branches are there, but the people that control those people, the people from the merchant class in Italy, and it's really a mafia connected to parts of the Catholic Church and connected to all sorts of connections. They've infiltrated a lot of institutions that aren't necessarily bad. Masons aren't necessarily bad, but they have been infiltrated. In the United States, it's really bad. In parts of Europe, it may be really bad. But these institutions have been infiltrated by criminals. Literally, these people are insane. They think that the world is overpopulated, and They have no qualms about killing people. They go after the less developed countries because those people are less educated. They do not have connections as we do in the West. They've been trying to destroy the middle class. They use all sorts of high-tech weapons against the people, aiming microwave towers at people, creating technologies that cause cancer when they don't have to. They medicate our water, our food, and our air. When I say medicate, I mean poison, literally, and it's on purpose. I mean, these people are criminally insane that control through money and through playing on people's weaknesses. They control the world. And they've been doing it for a long time. Yes, I'm very aware of the things that are happening that seem to be waking people up. I'm so appreciative of that. Today I had, let me just see if any of those are still up online. No. Nope, I don't think so, unless they're on this browser. No, I've taken them down. But I would look at my Facebook page. I would see them there. That's where I can find them. Of course. I watched a couple of videos today. One was Dr. Barry Trower, 30-minute reality update. I'm not going to put that link in there. You can Google it. Dr. Barry Trower, Trower, 30-minute reality update. That's the name of the YouTube video. If you want to Google it, you can do that. And the other one was Dr. John Coleman, Wake Up America. And that's also a YouTube video, and that's the title. Just Wake Up America, Dr. John Coleman, Coleman. I didn't watch all of the John Coleman video. I did watch all of the other one, which is only a little bit over a half an hour. But this John Coleman one was, if I remember right, it was close to 2 hours long, and I watched over an hour of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing. But they paint, and this was before the events that happened earlier in the evening, but they paint a real ominous picture of how sick these people are that run the world and that have been running the world. And then I try to present things that have alternatives, and people don't want to trust. We're so conditioned not to trust people that are wealthy or people that have some kind of real authority, moral authority, and ethical standards that they can live by, especially standards of freedom. We don't want to trust anybody that's in that category, and that's to our own detriment that we do that. We're not going to win the battle against the government, first of all, without taking action, without raising our voices, and certainly not without becoming aware of it. We need people to become aware of the truth. Know the truth. Even if it will piss you off, it will ultimately set you free. That's just the plain truth, folks. I've been trying to tell you that over and over and over again. These people think they own us. They don't treat us as human beings. It's crimes against humanity, and it's being ordered from the top levels, and they've brainwashed police, soldiers, and all sorts of agents that work for the federal and state and local governments down to the very local level. They brainwash these people. They do not receive proper training. They are supposed to work for us, the people. That's the way government is designed. I mean, good government is designed that way. But we don't have good government. We have government that's been bought and paid for by criminals who have ill intent towards humanity. That's what Heather tried to point out when she filed the OPPT papers. And people still criticize that. Now, let me say, I don't think that that we can jump to the level of 5D that Heather talks about all the time. Most people can't. We're not ready for that. That's why I keep insisting, build bridges, build bridges, build bridges. But we have to somehow, we have to have some kind of help. And I really hope the ETs provide that, or angels, or God. I really do. Because sometimes when things happen in my world, like happened earlier this evening and happened throughout the day today, actually, it's been ongoing throughout the day and progressively getting worse until the event happened earlier in the evening, before, when I was thinking about getting ready to do my video, I got notified of what had happened. And I lost my train of thought of where I was going before I said that. But in any case, these police and these government agencies, these government agents, are given the worst kind of training. They're made to think that they have power because of wearing a badge or a gun or having a government ID card. They think that they have the right to be the authority figure and interfere in other people's lives because they honestly think they own us. Do you get that? They think they own us. And you heard maybe the Kate of Gaia thing where he says it's all about the name. Well, that's true in a legal aspect. They work on the name. But we shouldn't have, as human beings, we shouldn't have to even think about such things as remedies. If the government officials would do what they're supposed to do, if they would be restrained by the constitutions, by the Bill of Rights, by the Declaration of Human Rights, which all nations of the world subscribe to, by the way. If they would only do what they're supposed to do, but they don't. They're criminals. They make laws that they want you and me to keep, but they don't keep them themselves. They are lawbreakers. They are racketeers. It's all about greed and power and control. Why don't you see that? It breaks my heart. Literally, it breaks my heart when I see not just my own family, everybody that it happens to, it's somebody's family, somebody's loved one that are being abused by people that wear badges, people that have government ID cards, that think they're doing their job, but they're really operating criminal activities. And they've been blinded so that they don't even understand or see the criminal activity that they're involved in. They don't understand that they are violating people's God-given natural rights. They don't see that. They don't see that, and they've been trained poorly. That's why, I keep wanting an event, something, anything that will get us beyond this point and disempower the government and bring them back to the status where they serve the people. That's what's intended for government. Government is supposed to stand in the gap so that people that are weak and impoverished and disempowered can become empowered and can grow. That's the vision that I have for the world. It's why I support things that have structure and are grounded, not just airy-fairy ideas and ideals, but something that's grounded with actual organization, with actual structure, with actual authority. But authority to do good, not authority to overrun people, but authority to do good and to do what's right and to do what is proper for humanity, allowing freedom in every case except where people want to take somebody else's freedom. Then they have to step in, and authorities have every right in keeping the peace to stop people who violate the peace. But the people that are the biggest violators oftentimes are the ones that are supposed to be protecting us. And they're not. They're interfering in our lives. And it's because they haven't been trained properly. It's because they haven't evolved. It's because they have not awakened. I would find it hard to believe how anyone that's awakened could possibly be a policeman in most places in the world. How can decent people do that job when they're called upon to violate the rights of others? And it should be obvious, but it's not. They don't get it. They don't get it. My daughter said to me, "Dad, I know I've always told you to send love. Don't hate. Don't let them pull you down to hate." When they were coming after me, she'd give me that lecture. She'd give me that lecture. And she said earlier, she says, it's hard not to hate them when they do what they're doing. And I shouldn't have even said that it was my daughter, but I did. It's really, really difficult for me. It's really difficult for me. Because I care. Because this is my family. And they're attacking my family for stupid things that I can't even go into the detail. Things that don't, I mean, if I told you, you'd think, man, that's insane. And it is. It's insane. It's insane. But they're doing it. And it hurts. It hurts me. It hurts me a lot. And it hurts the people that know what's going on, friends and family alike. It's really, really sad. It's really, really sad. And it's not deserved. It's not deserved. The government is a criminal enterprise. And I'm asking God in each of you to raise our voices together and say enough. We have to stop this madness, this insanity. And I'm not a violent person. But boy, the people that are ordering this stuff, they need to get back. They need to get back what they've been putting out. Boy, do they need to get it back. There's a lot of lower level people that can be easily forgiven, but the people that are calling for this at the highest levels, they are the worst people in the cosmos as far as I'm concerned. They're dark, dark beings. And they need to pay a high price for what they've done to humanity. And you say, Ron, humanity's not a victim. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But you're entitled to another opinion. But that's mine. Thank you for listening.